All right, so we're here talking E3 a little bit. It just pretty much wrapped up today. We're
Well,
going to
it
talk
just
about each of the
started.
press
Yeah.
conferences a little bit. Oh yeah, I
The
forgot.
press
The
conferences are
press
over.
conferences come before it. Now we have all the other things. All the things we can't really be at because it's all in Los Angeles.
Beautiful ass LA.
Wonderful. But I'm Jake.
Bobby, you can do it.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Derek.
There we go. All right.
I was thrown off because I always
yeah.
used to introduce myself last.
Fuck. Oh yeah, you're
Anyway.
right. God.
So yeah, Adrian,
It's all fucked up now.
been a
yeah,
hot
Adrian
minute.
Pett couldn't make it to record. But we're just going to talk about the E3 press conferences and our general thoughts, and
Yeah, just
catching
kind of
up
do
on
a
the news.
rundown.
Do you want
So
the
we
fucking
started-
news?
We started
What's the
with
news?
good old Electronic Arts.
Man,
I have
they're
a-
bad at this.
I have very little to add to this one because
Yeah.
I did not catch this one, and this was the only one that, even though I did not catch, I did not go back and like, what happened here? Because literally everyone online was like, nothing. Sick. Okay.
It was really
Thanks,
it was
Yeah,
really
pretty
bad.
much. I mean, they decided to not really show any gameplay for the most part. A little bit of Anthem and a little bit of Yarny, and that's about it.
A little bit
In
of
an hour-long
Anthem,
press conference.
but nothing to really excite people because
Yeah.
it's still
No.
really unclear who this game is for. It's like this doesn't really appeal to like BioWare fans, and I don't know if it'll really appeal to people who like loot shooter type stuff like Destiny either. And
Yeah.
it feels kind of whatever.
It's a weird combo thing they're trying to do, and I don't know how it's going to turn out.
I also heard there's
Where they have like a mech man.
no competitive
Ah.
multiplayer. There's
Really?
just co-op. There's no PvP.
Huh.
Well, I mean,
That's interesting.
I mean, I guess. Stuff like Diablo.
there was no
doesn't have
PvP in like any of the Mass Effects, right? Like even Andromeda.
I don't think there was. I think
Probably
it was just
wasn't.
like Horde mode type
I
stuff.
think in 3 there was something. I
sure.
thought there was.
No, I don't think there was anything in 3.
But
I would have, even though I didn't play it much, I would have remembered 3. I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a horde mode because I remember seeing a video of people doing multiplayer in it, but I guess it was just that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else?
But,
They
yeah,
announced. Do you want to talk more about Anthem?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I want it to be good. It looks interesting, but it also looks boring.
It's a game
It
that
also looks
aesthetically
basic.
tickles most of my fancies. Like, the only thing
Yeah.
that could make it tickle it more would be if the art style was maybe a little bit unconventional and more fun. But it's people in mech suits. Like, come on, man, this is like classic. Get Derek to buy your fucking game. Shit.
Yeah, it's like I like that part. It's just like then you just kind of go out and you shoot some things and you get loot. I don't really know what's.
We all still really don't know anything.
We just know so
No.
little about what the game is actually like or the story. They try to say it's still got a story for you BioWare fans, and then like the one bit of story they show is some guy going, "Hey, there's some bad guys with the acid weapon. Go shoot them," and then you go shoot them, and like that's not.
It's like
That's
hi
I don't know
Destiny
about that.
again.
Yeah. We're gonna have a rich
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Has no fucking story. Just like Destiny.
Yeah, so the best thing about EA was Unravel 2 coming out,
That was-
also coming out immediately. That's pretty
That
cool.
was really cool.
That's pretty
I
good.
love
I
that
was,
because
And being co-op.
I was
Unravel
talking
was
to
a
Jimmy
game.
about it.
Okay.
Oh no, go on. Go.
Okay, Unravel was a game. The guy comes out with a little Yarny on E3. Everyone goes nuts. Everyone's like, "Oh, I love this game. I need it." And then it comes out and everyone forgets, and no one buys it. Or I guess enough people bought it for them to make a sequel, but not everyone. So now it's like, hey, you guys are really into Unravel being at E3. This is when you're going to pay attention to it. Okay,
This is when you're
here's the
gonna fucking
game
buy it, boy.
immediately.
You better buy it now.
Just please take it. Please.
I don't have it,
Please
but it
actually
looks
buy
good.
it. Yarny needs you.
I was talking to Jimmy
Yeah.
about this. I decided that whoever, like the version of like Call of Duty Nuke for E3 is going to be whoever brings out a AAA like first party studio title at E3, and it's like to unveil it, and then it's like, oh yeah, we've been keeping this shit under wraps for like 5 years. It's out now. Go pre-order. Go pre-order collector's edition out in a week, but you can go buy it right now. That whoever does that ushers in like the new era of gaming.
Someday.
They're just like, boy, new game right here.
It would be amazing, but I wonder who will be the first to do that. If anybody, I would feel Bethesda.
Yeah,
because they're the ones
say.
who like to have no lead up at all,
Yeah.
and just kind of like, here it is, surprise.
Those
Well,
motherfuckers.
Sometimes they like an lead up. Sometimes they're like, hey, here's the new Fallout game out in 4 months. And other times they're like, we just decided to start working on the Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, we're working on 2 giant fucking RPGs that are going to take 5 years each.
Should we?
But here's both of them with teaser trailers.
We'll talk
we,
about that at
Oh yeah,
Bethesda.
let's.
I was gonna say, do we go out of order and
Yeah.
jump straight to them if we're on the topic? But now let's hit micro.
Uh,
Yeah, let's hit
Real
Microsoft.
quick for EA, I will say, just to cover, I guess, the little rest of that stuff. Sea of Solitude looked really neat. I'm really into that. Apparently it had already been announced, but I didn't remember that. And okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I'm excited about the idea of Jedi Fallen Order, but I really, really hate that they just went out to one of the devs, or the president of the company, and was like, hey, are you guys making a Star Wars game? Yep, it's called this. And it's in this part of the timeline, and we have nothing else to say.
Oh, thanks,
Not
bud.
even any fucking art. Not any concept art, even.
Yeah.
Not even.
Like, nothing.
And then
What the fuck?
I'll say that
Who does that?
the worst part was when they brought out the Command and Conquer mobile game, and they made us watch
Oh,
two
God.
people play a
I forgot
match
about
of their
that.
like Clash of Clans game live on the stage on their iPhones.
For like 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Everything sucks sometimes, man.
And then you go to look at the game, and it's just full of microtransactions that if you pay money, you just win immediately.
course
It's
it
like,
is.
okay, cool, great.
And then you remember who's
Great, thanks,
fucking heading this goddamn presser. You sons of bitches.
yup.
I do.
Yeah,
Bastards.
EA can eat an
My,
ass.
my last
They never learn.
my last note on EA, I kind of called it how it's going to be a bunch of games either we already saw or we don't care about or they don't really have anything for, and 2 indie titles that look neat because that's been their thing the last few years pretty much.
Yeah.
But I'm really getting tired of their habit of having one of their indie developers come out and have to explain the themes of the game and what it's about and the emotional impact of everything before they show the trailer that sells that through the subtext alone way better.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate having the devs come out and actually make it emotional. It's like nice to see some human emotion on E3 and not just the player experience, the DLC. But like, I don't know,
Buzzword.
it kind of makes them feel, it makes them feel not so confident in, like, on EA's side of the art, and like, this is an art game, you guys have to know that it's art, and we have to spell it out for you dumb gamers. Like,
Please don't forget. Don't forget
so
gamers.
I don't know. I'm not really into that. I hope they go more subtle with their smaller, like, indie published titles in the future, but who knows if they
Yeah.
will. So yeah, not a good
knows?
press conference.
Everyone give a
Nope.
light numeral score for EA.
For EA,
Yeah.
out of 10, I would give it a solid 4.
Yeah, I'm
going
gonna say a
through.
4.
That's about it.
It's very like
Like,
great. Thanks, bud.
It's not.
All right, next.
It's not the worst press conference
Type.
I've ever seen. But they didn't have
they
really
didn't
much.
have a guy who forgot where the fuck he was, and when he was talking about Need
Very-
for Speed last
very
year, it's
few
like, Who am
memes.
I? What am I doing?
very, very
They
few
didn't have-
memes.
No memes.
They didn't have. It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer. Remember that?
Racer. Hooray. Yeah.
So EA's definitely had
Quality.
worse, but I think you're gonna see these. This was definitely our least favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now
And
maybe
then-
it's time to talk about possibly. I don't know. I want to bury the lead, but possibly might have been everyone's favorite of the year so far.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Microsoft doing good for once.
Okay,
I will
hold on.
say.
Thank God.
Hold on. I texted you guys this. I think we got the memes gotta die. Microsoft's had like 3 good ones in a row.
No, yeah.
I think
They've
it's
been
over.
doing really
I think
good.
I think it's
They
over.
didn't even have.
Oh, yeah,
They
they've
didn't
been
even
doing
bring
really
out a concept car this year.
I know. They're
Nope,
doing
nope,
so
no,
much
no
better.
car there.
Just like it's like I'm like tapping the back
figured
of
it
my
out.
small like toddler son, just like you did good. You didn't piss on the floor with the car this time. But I also
You
like the
didn't
car
bring
because
the
it always
fucking
looks
pissy
nice.
car out.
They didn't have cable. They didn't have a Minecraft trailer that everyone can go, this game's already out. We already have this game. They just did really good.
No AK Minecraft.
I will say, even as someone who's spent all afternoon and evening on Twitter going over every single frame of what they showed us Smash Brothers today, I was really, really impressed with Microsoft.
Yeah, it was very good. Just constant, no like slowing down, no like bogging down in like some crap we really didn't care about, or was more for investors
Mm-hmm.
than actually people who like play the games, which was very good. Just generally fun. We saw Halo Infinite. Don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Have no
I
idea.
looked it up on Polygon. They got a few more details. It is like a new regular Halo game. It's
Supposed
not.
to be 6.
It's
yeah.
not Halo 6. I don't think. At least
Oh,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it's supposed to be. I think it's more like a back to basics Halo to regain everyone's trust before 6. That, or they're just not numbering them anymore, and this
Doubt.
is 6, but they're just not calling it that. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, well,
Trying,
There's so little. Nothing,
after
just nothing
after
on
Halo
it,
5, it's
other
very
than
much
here
a
it
wait
is.
and see.
trying to find like a good
Yeah,
like website
man.
that has just like a rundown of everything.
I have my notes. I don't have everything, but I have a lot of the major stuff. They did
Yeah, the important
They did
stuff.
reveal like Gears of War Funko Pop mobile game, and I am fucking amazed that the rest of their show was so great that I can still say it was like the
Yeah.
best show of E3, even with that.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that too.
I love that because they tease that, they show that, and then they show the Gears of War XCOM like clone thing. Which,
Yeah.
like, it looks
I'm
alright,
really,
and everyone's
I'm
like,
really interested
"What the
about
fuck?
that.
Are these the two Gears games that everyone said are coming?" And then they actually showed Gears 5, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, fine.
Yeah. Because I did see rumors before that they were going to announce 3 new Gears games, and I'm like full games? Like, what? Are they really going to do that? And then no, it's a mobile game with Funko Pops or whatever the fuck that is, and a nice like strategy game, which I think are very interesting that they're going to kind of expand it like an XCOM. Gears of War, I think would be really neat.
Yeah.
I think that it fits
And
really well. I mean,
that-
it's a cover shooter with like your
Yeah.
little squad turned into the strategy game with cover and squads. Like, all right, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's fine.
I mean, if they did it with Mario and Rabbids,
Yeah.
like it can do it with Gears
The one,
and be okay. I
the
think.
one thing before we get into more positives that pissed me off the most at the Microsoft press conference was when they were showing. You're gonna know what it is, maybe. Where they were showing this like fantasy game that seemed cool, and it's like, ooh, what is this? And there's like wizards and like sword fighting, and the combat looks cool. Ooh, what is this? Is this a new thing? Black Desert Online. Fuck you.
Yup.
I'm,
All I can think of is Rat Baby. I want to be Rat Baby.
no, that's just like Bart.
I'm gonna
That's the other
be
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's the
just like
other
Bart
one.
episode.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh
bud.
fuck. Oh god damn it.
Rat Baby. Rat
Plus
Baby
one.
was
There's
that
another
MMO. Fuck. What was it called?
It's
It
another
was
like
like a 4-letter
Korean
word.
MMO.
Yeah. What?
I don't remember it all.
There's some trash fucking fire.
Speaking of trash that I'm going to fucking love, Jump Forces. Ooh.
Oh yes,
Boy.
I hope
Yeah.
that one's good. They had such a good
Naruto's
reveal.
here.
They're
And he's
making,
in New York City.
they're making such a big deal out of it. I really hope it isn't just like another J Stars game, just with better graphics.
I know.
God, it looks so cool.
Where's Jotaro?
I couldn't believe it when all of a sudden Naruto was on my screen.
Luffy's
It's
in
like
America
Naruto's here.
now. Luffy's in New York, standing on the American flagpole like Spider-Man.
The most patriotic thing anyone's ever goddamn seen.
Luffy, a character who, in canon, usually fights the government and the Navy.
Yeah.
God.
What else did they show? They had Cyberpunk. Oh, I'm so excited about
Oh my
that.
god. Cyberpunk's a fucking first-person
I'm
RPG.
so hype about that.
I'm floored.
I'm super into
I'm
that.
floored.
And they didn't
That
show it,
game-
but it has like full. It has character creation. It has classes. It has all this shit. It's like fully fledged, big deal in this cool cyberpunk world. It's based on the tabletop game Cyberpunk 2020, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And it's, the Witcher devs, and I could never get into Witcher games. I'm just honestly not a big fan of like the whole like fantasy setting,
Yeah.
like that it kind of takes place in, like the medieval fantasy setting. I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I don't play any Elder Scroll games, even though I love Bethesda Fallout games.
It is very high fantasy. If you're not into that, and you're probably not going to enjoy The Witcher. It's so story driven, and like all the world building and all this stuff about the intricacies of how the elves and the humans get along. It's like you're not gonna. The Witcher is very good, but if you're not into that, you're not gonna like The Witcher. Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna like that a lot. That and fucking Starfield when that comes out. Ooh. Which again, jumping ahead. But yeah, it's also that.
Bethesda's shadow hangs long over this E3.
Technical
so
difficulties.
We had my mic stopped recording when we were talking about Microsoft, so we're going to try to. We talked for like 10 minutes and it didn't get recorded, so we're just going to try to get right back into whatever you last heard us talking about, which I believe was Cyberpunk and some Xbox stuff. We'll just kind of skim over general Xbox thoughts.
Very good. That was my general thought. Very good.
It was really good. I want this to get recorded for real this time. I really did like the part where the leaves fell on everyone during the Forza Horizon
during the
demo.
Forza Horizon.
Yeah. And then the leaves were still falling in front of the lights when Phil Spencer came back up. So you could tell there were still some stragglers.
They were stuck up in those rafters for a long time. But,
yeah,
yes.
They had Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I believe we were about to talk about it just briefly before we stopped recording.
Just going to slide in there real quick. I'm kind of sad Forza Horizon 4 not in Japan, because Northern England and just, I guess, England in general just kind of looks like the first one. It looks very similar to the first one.
Yeah, a little bit.
The seasons are cool,
The amount of rain and overcast really sold their dedication to the location.
Really did.
It's a great setting though, because I saw on Polygon's Twitter, Patrick Gill posted a video of him just driving into the rock walls on this side of the road and just plowing through them.
God.
Good.
That's wonderful.
They had DMC5. That's really cool.
Dante's back, and he's got gray hair.
Nero's back too, I think. I don't know. It's cool to see them coming back to that.
They're just so confusing.
I don't know. I don't follow DMC that closely. It just looks really cool. It's nice to see Microsoft reaching out to third-party devs like this and Japanese third-party devs.
Yeah, rolling in it, buying game studios, fucking having all these third parties showing up. It's very refreshing. Rather than just saying, "Hey, we're here. That's it."
I'm gonna be interested in seeing how those studios they bought turn out. I really hope things go well for them with Microsoft and they don't get closed. Because, I mean, Microsoft isn't the worst for this, but you look at like EA.
Oh yeah, I was about
buying
to say.
Smaller devs, and it's like, okay, you were making what the holds have gone up to. You're making this now. Oh, it didn't sell well. Closed. Everyone's fired.
You're all fired, or you're getting
good job
absorbed.
on that game that you made. Hey, dickhead, good job at the game you made. You told us to make that. You did good job. Prepare for death.
Not good enough. Bye.
And then perish.
But yeah, I would give Microsoft's press conference a solid 9 out of 10. No Minecraft, so that kind of made me sad.
No Minecraft. They did
Notch
have
wasn't there,
Battletoads.
so I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh,
Battletoads is back.
Battletoads, end of the meme. Fuck off Battletoads forever. I'm sick of Battletoads. I'm done with Battletoads.
They made a Battletoads game just so GameStop can have something to give people when they get called.
God bless.
We do have it. This is a small thing I didn't mention the first time this recorded, but
the first time? What are you talking about?
But one of the weirdest things at Xbox, I don't give a shit about Dying Light, to be brutally honest. It's just not a series I follow at all.
Neither fucking do I.
I was very confused. Yeah, but I was very confused.
I'm tired of Dying Light. I'm tired of Days Gone.
I saw it, but they brought out Chris Avellone to talk about... He's the story designer and like the writer or something on Dying Light 2, and they're trying to make it about like choice and like consequence and this whole story shit. I don't know if you guys know who Chris Avellin is. He's like a very big name in terms of like Western RPGs since like the 90s. He wrote on Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
He wrote fucking Pillars of Eternity, like all this stuff that people love the writing of. And now he's on Dying Light 2, zombie game, the game.
It's weird.
It's real
It's
weird.
weird. This is a weird E3, but Microsoft did really good. Also, Tunic is cute. I can't forget to mention Tunic is very cute, and Cuphead getting DLC is very cool.
Very good.
So yeah, that's Microsoft, I think. Okay, that's my thoughts.
Now I gotta buy Cuphead.
Also, Microsoft unveiling Kingdom Hearts shit was nuts.
Yeah, also very good.
Aqua's evil now. Also, Olaf is there. God bless.
They really want everyone to know Kingdom Hearts is really coming. They put it at every press conference they possibly could this year.
It's like
In general.
January, it's coming. It's like, don't you forget it, it's coming. And I think they even got Josh Gad to be Olaf, I think.
I hope they did.
It's fucked up, and I love it.
It's great.
Oh, I loved how there were no sound effects in the Kingdom Hearts trailer.
Okay, so it wasn't just
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't just
No,
a straight
that was
up,
everyone.
It was just the music. No sound effects, and then it would just be like, yeah, I won't let him go to darkness.
Silence.
I won't. There's like nothing happening. Like people are like clashing swords and shit. God, who did this? Who got fired at fucking Square Enix for this?
Who?
Maybe they just
the
didn't think
goddamn
about
forgot.
it.
They totally just forgot. I think they just forgot. It's like they haven't done a trailer in so long because they haven't had a game to put out for so long that they forgot how to
No,
make
they just
more
did
than
it
one
recently,
trailer.
I thought. They did some kind of thing. Yeah, they did, Monsters Inc. That wasn't too long ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mickey, does Gorsh make mistakes?
Fucking Christ. Fucking monster goofy as the fucking nightmare fuel.
It's good.
Anyway, so Bethesda.
Todd Howard's loins. I love it.
I love Todd Howard's loins. Jake McCabe, 2018.
You can quote me on that because I 100% do. It's not a lie.
They brought out Andrew WK and terrified the
It was
audience. I loved
Very
it.
confused.
It was very stupid, but I loved it.
And that's why I loved it.
They brought him out just because he did the song that they used in the Rage 2 trailers.
Mhm.
So, okay, he can be here. Rage 2.
I think his
Looks
drummer was
pretty
not
good.
wearing shoes, if I remember correctly. His drummer was not wearing any shoes of any kind.
They're allowed.
Sounds like a very Andrew WK thing.
There's no rules at E3. Rage 2 looks much better than the first one. I'm waiting to see because I can't really tell if they're like fully devoted to the like dumb fun in the wasteland vibe with all the Andrew WK trailers and the bright colors and the marketing and everything, or if that's just the marketing and it's still pretty
Yeah.
much just Rage 1 with better combat and graphics. It's like, okay, we'll see.
Was it like, I think it was like their fucking, if it wasn't Suicide Squad, it was Justice League, where they had like a campy trailer and then the game, and then the fucking movie was still like way too serious for its own good, and it was just it was just the marketing.
It was
It
both.
might have been both of
I
them.
believe.
Yeah, I think it was both of them. Where they tried to be like, hey, look at us. We got a cool song. We got Bohemian Rhapsody playing. We're going to be super wacky and fun and really fun. And no, it's not. No, it's not. Jared Leto is here and he sucks ass. And this whole movie is just a barn fire of fuck. And I hate it.
And we're going to get another one with him.
Yup. Even though they cut out as much of him as they could from Suicide Squad because he was so bad.
That's
my
what we
favorite
want.
part. That's exactly what we
But
want.
no, you know what we really want is Prey DLC.
Yeah, Prey DLC. That's what we actually wanted.
Prey DLC looks really fun.
I hear it's really,
Fucking
really good.
prop
I'm glad they're still supporting that and doing interesting stuff with it. You know, like I appreciate when they put out like, oh, here's just an extra area with some more story missions or whatever for a game. That's still good. But it's really cool to see them like remix their own game. Like, here's a prop hunt mode. Here's a roguelite mode. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah. It shows that they're more interested in the game more than just putting out another like bullet point of like, hey, there's another couple levels. It's no, we enjoy our game. We like the world we made. We want to do something different in it, and give the fans something that we really think they'll like. And I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Amen.
So they teased Doom Eternal, which I'm very excited about because I love the Doom 2016 reboot.
Very good.
Didn't really show anything, but they had Hugo Martin come out and be like, "Hey guys," I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm glad."
Ready for hell on earth."
He was just all the videos that they like superimposed him over just the fucking smile as like hell was being opened up. Just yeah.
They had the Wolfenstein new standalone expansion thing, I guess, is what it is. They treated it like a new game, but like the New Blood was basically a standalone DLC.
Yeah.
They love doing that with this Wolfenstein series.
They do. But it's good because they make good ones.
They ported Skyrim to Alexa.
Yeah, they
Which is still so fucking funny.
And Keegan-Michael Key was there.
Yup, they leaned into the meme really hard, and it was pretty great.
The E3 of killing memes.
Yep, Battletoads, Skyrim, Buggy Bethesda
Ridley.
games, Ridley.
PS3 has no games.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All these memes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they also showed the card game again at Bethesda for some reason. This was,
and Elder Scrolls Online.
it's an and Elder Scrolls Online. It was, I think it was like an investor thing. I guess Bethesda felt the most like appeasing the investors press conference out of all of them, for better and worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Mostly worse, I guess. There's not really any time where I'm like, oh, thank God they appeased those investors.
Thank God we saw the card.
That was all that Bethesda. That was all Bethesda showed us. Nothing else.
But then there were some. Actually, I think there was one more thing they might have shown at Bethesda. Maybe a couple things, actually.
Maybe two.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
two specifically.
Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yep, Elder Scrolls Blades.
That's it.
I almost said Elder Scrotum Blades. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't like scrotum blades.
Especially not Elder ones. No, but yeah, nice new mobile game from our friends at Bethesda. The
Elder Scroats.
To kind of take away the pain of Elder Scrolls 6 probably being about a decade away.
I think it's at least
that game
4.
Is
I'm gonna say at least 4 years away.
I'm
3 or 4
gonna put my money
years.
on 6. I'm gonna put my money on 6. I think 3 years until Starfield. 3 years until Skyrim 2.
I will say, I thought my initial thought on Twitter was at least holiday 2021 at the very soonest. Then I saw the behind the scenes documentary for the thing we're beating around the bush right now, and they said it was in pre-production, just starting pre-production, and it's like, okay, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there. Because they called it next gen and everything for fucking Starfield, and Starfield they're already working on, so, and we don't have new consoles yet, and they're talking next gen for it, so I'm like,
that bastard's not coming out until like.
I'll bring up the next gen talk when we talk about Sony, because I kind of felt that there. But anyway, so this new Fallout game coming out. It's called Fallout 76. Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah, and it's fucking buck wild.
It's so weird. I know you two are really hyped about that. I'm not going to downplay that because I think there's very legitimate reasons to be excited about this as a video game. It's just so weird that I'm not sure what to make of it yet.
I have a very complex thought about this game in the sense that, like, I think a lot of people are thinking, like, they try and think of, like, the whole Fallout series as a full lineage. Like, Fallout 1 and 2 are a completely other different fucking series.
Yep.
Don't even think about those things when you think about these games now, because
so is New Vegas.
Yeah, but it's just like the idea that you can basically get your hands on nukes now is so fucking wild to me. Like, from a context of the game, but also like I think that's still me trying to separate Fallout 1 and 2 from like not canon necessarily, but from like
tone, I guess.
Yeah.
It is very.
Yeah,
It is a
exactly.
very different tone when Bethesda's like, and you can launch nukes at whatever point of the map you want if you get them, and that unlocks high level enemies, and that's kind of weird. But at the same time, it does look neat. It's not. I don't know if it's what I'm looking for in a Fallout game, which maybe doesn't matter because I don't fucking play Fallout games except for the 2 hours I logged into New Vegas before it crashed. But I
God
don't know.
damn.
The things that kind of appeal to me more out of this series, which is like, it's a series that I know a lot about, but haven't really played much personally. Um, I'm kind of disappointed that there's literally no NPCs in this game apparently, except for like a COD's worth at the beginning. Because it's a survival game, but at the same time, I look at the behind the scenes stuff, and it's like, here's this cool open world. It's really big, and it's not just like fucking Ark randomly generated bullshit. It's like a world with specific cool things to find that they put there by hand to explore with your friends. That seems interesting to me.
Oh yeah. I
Like,
also
my favorite thing about Fallout is just being able to like walk around and do shit
Mhm.
and that. And if they can just let me do that, but with friends, I'm gonna fucking time sink the shit out of it.
Oh yeah.
Tonally, it's gonna be really weird, but I am. That's what this. I was so excited about it. And still am. I was ready to drop 200 on that goddamn collector's edition with the helmet. So don't think
Don't
that
test me.
all this like all these grains of salt poured on everything isn't like. Yeah, but I'm still gonna scarf that fucker down. Like I want it so bad.
Yeah.
It probably
looks really-
it probably helps. I think the Kotaku leak helped because it let everyone know this is not a regular main series story RPG Fallout game. This is a different thing.
Yeah. Which, even in the minutes before the press conference, people were still, like, denying high and dry that it was just going to be New Vegas 2. And they were just like, no, it's going to be
It's
exactly
not.
the way it was. It's like, no, it's not.
It's not Fallout 4 2.
Nope. And, yeah, I also have very complex feelings on it. It's very good feelings. Very excited feelings. But it's also... there are still so many questions as to how the world is going to be laid out, with no NPCs, which, lore-wise, it does make sense that the only ones that'll be there are ghouls. Like, in the, No-Clip documentary, they talked about how there's going to be the Scorched, I think it was. I think?
Yeah.
And they're the ghouls who are essentially the raiders of this game, where they're a little bit more... human, in that they can wield guns, but they're still fucking feral ghouls essentially, and are just fucking going wild and fucking attacking your fucking fort or whatever the fuck you built. And there's gonna be all sorts of robots, and the world looks amazing from how big it is. And he blew up the McElroy's home state, which is pretty funny. After
those boys are gonna be there's gonna be 3 skeletons of those boys in that fucking game.
You're
There has to
gonna
be.
go to
be
Huntington,
3 skeletons.
and there they are.
Yep, sitting around Mike's, and it's gonna be fucking fantastic. The first person who finds that.
All 3 of them are gonna be on toilets facing each other.
Also, one last thing on the Fallout bit. Fucking Todd Howard, I love you, Todd Howard, but you're a dick. At one point in the press conference, he's like, and we're celebrating 10 years of Fallout 3 this year, and I'm sitting there like, oh, he's gonna announce the remaster, and then, it's just Fallout Shelter is coming to Switch and PS4. That's like,
We
cool.
just wanted to mention it. Just thought,
Great.
Just
Put it in there.
Thanks, Todd.
Thanks,
The
Todd.
other thing about Fallout 76 that has me concerned, other than like tone and the fact that like with no story, will they be able to make everything else fun? Is I'm worried it's gonna be, it's all instanced. You're always in a world with like 24 or 32 players total. They said. I'm really worried it's gonna turn into you exit the vault and right there is 20 fucking dudes in power armor just ready to mow you down. And that's the game. I'm worried about that.
I mean,
I think that kind of stuff can make or break this in general.
Yeah.
It really can.
yeah, I feel like what'll stop that is the fact that, like, the Fallout 4 map is very big, in my opinion. I don't know. Some people are like, oh, you can walk across it in 15 minutes. Like, okay, cool. That's still fucking giant.
It's not like it's a game of vehicles. That's still pretty big.
No, yeah. And it's like, now it's going to be 4 times bigger. So you're talking an hour to walk across the map. So it's like, if you can get away from the 12-year-old in the power armor who's going to be camping spawn, I mean, you'll be okay. Once you're out of there, you'll be okay. But I feel like there'll probably be more protections than that, or at least I'm hoping. But again, this is their first time doing anything like this. So glad they're having a beta.
They did at least say in the no-clip thing, like, other players are always marked on your map, so you're not going to be surprised by people being there. But also, you can't build at the vault right there.
Yeah.
So
it's like a safe zone or whatever.
We'll definitely see. They also, I think I read somewhere that eventually they're going to update and let people play private servers if you just want to have your little gang not deal with other people. So that would be nice. Yeah. But we'll see.
That way you can have mods and stuff, because it's hard to have a server where some people have mods and some don't. But if you have like your own server, then you can, not a public server, you can just like, okay, you have this mod, everybody needs this mod to get in, yada yada.
Yeah. But so then they also teased Starfield, which rhymes with Garfield, and so that was a very bad decision on their part.
Yeah, that was a meme that came back. And by came back, I mean started, which is very unfortunate. When we killed at least 4 memes, we had a new one that had to show up, of course.
Yeah. It's like the Hydra.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cut off 4 heads, you get 17 more.
It's neat to see them doing a space game, and we'll see how it turns out.
Very excited for that. Elder Scrolls 6 when they come out in 5 and 10 years, respectively.
Do we have much that we want to talk about from Ubisoft?
I don't give a single fuck about Ubisoft anymore, to be quite frank. I know
huge.
they're doing a Trials game, which is fun.
There's also the Square
really
conference,
don't have much from Ubi.
which had not really news. I'm not sure why they did that.
Did they just basically show Tomb Raider and Kingdom Hearts and a Hitman? Was that it?
And Just Cause 4. I don't think they showed Hitman. No, because they don't have Hitman anymore. That's Warner Brothers now.
Right, they don't.
Oh, you're right. I had completely forgotten about that because I saw something about Hitman.
Yeah.
I totally forgot they don't have it anymore.
Yeah, so I didn't watch it. I skimmed it, and it's like, oh, there's nothing new here. They teased some weird game called The Quiet Man, and half of it was CGI and half of it was live action. I didn't understand.
Oh, that was fucked.
I love it when they do that.
Ubisoft. Derek, did you watch the Ubisoft thing?
I actually did not watch any Ubi.
Okay, so
I guess knew going in that I wasn't going to give a fuck about that.
I'm the only one who watched it then. Okay.
Yep.
It was actually, I liked it. They didn't... Okay, let's say. They open with a dancing panda walking in from the street with a bunch of other dancing people to announce the new Just Cause game, which is still coming out on the Wii in the year 2018. That is still a thing. I love that.
Jesus.
It's unreal. It's honestly unreal.
They showed the new Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It actually looks really good to me because it's set in ancient Greece, and it basically seems to be following up on the style of Origins, which everyone liked. So I'm interested. Also, there's romance options in it now.
God, are you fucking kidding me?
No, yeah, there is. It's they're turning it into a full-on RPG now.
God. I mean, that's cool, but also
Hell
God. Yeah. The first time I saw about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I saw it on Twitter, obviously, and it was a photoshopped image of Mario as an assassin, and I thought, because Ubisoft did the Rabbids and Mario thing, that this was now a thing they were doing, and I was very confused at first.
No, the real mashup they're doing is in their new game, Starlink, which looks kind of neat. It's like a space flight action game with a Toys to Life thing where you have your little ship and you attach different parts to it to change what's on the ship's equipment. It's Star Fox.
Oh yeah.
You can just play as Fox McCloud in an R-Wing in that game if you get the Switch version with the R-Wing figure.
Fucking
so that's
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
It's great
That's
because the final boss of Kirby Planet Robobot was a better Star Fox game than Star Fox Zero, and I can't wait for Ubisoft to also make a better Star Fox game than Star Fox Zero.
Oh man, poor Star Fox.
What else? They had the Division 2, which I fucking hate. The trailer was so bad. It was like the edgiest thing possible. And
they just have to because they have nothing else.
It really clashed with the demo they did at Xbox that we ignored talking about with the fake gamer banter. So now instead here we have the cinematic trailer where they start with a little girl in like some kind of compound, and they pan out, and it's all fucked up out there in Washington D.C. and it's all chaos, and this woman gets executed by a militia guy, and it's like really edgy, and then pre-order the Division 2. It's like, okay, thanks. The big thing was Beyond Good and Evil 2, though, which I'm excited about. They have the two main characters from the original game actually shown in it now, so it's like, oh, okay, it's definitely connected now.
There is a bridge now.
Good.
There was a lot of buzz on my Twitter, though, following a lot of game devs and artists in my sphere about how they announced a collaboration with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company where they're basically having people do spec work for Beyond Good and Evil 2, which initially it sounded kind of neat. It's like, oh, you can contribute art to the game. It's like environment art. That sounds kind of neat. But then it's like, oh, well, we want like finished assets that we can put straight in the game, like professional quality. And also, we're only going to pay you if we pick your thing. And also, other people on the site can edit your thing, so it's not even the thing you made in the game anymore.
Oh,
and all this shit. And it's like, apparently the whole budget they have for all the stuff they're going to outsource is $50,000, which is like one person's salary in a AAA development. And a lot of people are very concerned about this.
Yeah, it's not exactly, it's a good sign.
It's not a good look. Initially, I thought they were going for like a Mega Man Legends 3 thing, rest in peace, where they have like a behind the scenes board where people can just kind of pitch ideas or like send in like a concept sketch, and then they turn that into a thing. They don't have to literally make a finished asset that could be put into the game professional quality. So it's odd, but overall, I did think Ubisoft did pretty solid this year. It's just you have to care about Ubisoft games too.
Yeah.
So
that's what kills me is I look at like their games, I can't get into them. I just can't. There's nothing there for me. I wanted to play the new Far Cry when that came out, but I just never got around to it. I will eventually probably, but
Ubisoft is such a weird company because so many of their games are so the same. But then they will do interesting, weird stuff sometimes, more than, like, EA would. But, I don't know, they're a very hit-and-miss company. So, then PC Gamer, I guess, right? We didn't watch that.
No.
I watched it. I watched 20 minutes of it. It's fucking garbage.
I didn't...
It's always bad.
I skipped it because it's, like, it's always bad, but there's always some cool trailers because it's not, like, a big publisher thing. It's just, like, whatever PC companies and like indies and stuff have a trailer. Here you go. So it's like I saw the trailer for Ooblets. That looks great. I'm into that. I already knew about Ooblets, but I still am. Apparently they replaced their like little creature battle system in the game with dance battles, which is amazing and is like the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we don't actually want them to beat up each other in our cute games, so we're just gonna have them dance at each other. They also showed a trailer for the game Sable, which looked very cool, really striking art style. So I'm into that. However, they did also show a Cyanide and Happiness battle royale game.
It's like a top down like weird. It's very weird. I can't believe that's a thing that's happening. I guess everybody has to do a battle royale now. It's the law.
There were less battle royales than I thought there would be. I was expecting more battle royale games, but there were 3 at the PC Gamer show. That's where they were.
where they all hit.
And EA announced that Battlefield 5 has a battle royale mode, but okay, fine, that fits that game. So sure.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be coming to more games than we think.
Yeah.
But
I was shocked they didn't announce the Halo one.
I bet it will be in there when we finally get it next year. I promise you, it's going to be in there. I think
we'll see. But yeah, you were saying
the other thing from the PC Gamer Show. Two things. One of those battle royales said it's going to be 1,000 people in a match instead of 100.
Yeah, I heard about that. Ooh, that's scary.
It's the guy who's the CEO of the company looks about 14, and he's British, and he kept saying beta. I know that's the way that they pronounce it over there, but I was very like, he's just really leaning into the E in it, and it was just like, why are you doing that? But anyway, I do not think that is a real game. I'm pretty sure that's fake in some way. I do.
Oh, it's real. I bet, but there's no way that player base is going to be nearly big enough to have 1,000 person matchmaking. You need so many people matchmaking at the same time to get that quickly.
Just to 100, like.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a smaller scale company like that, like just being straight up like, all right, guys. We're not going to have instant queues or anything like that. You have to, like, a match is going to start on the hour, like, every hour on the hour. Come log in.
I mean, that's got to be a long goddamn match, too, by the way. 1,000 fucking people. Oh, man. But, yeah, that was PC Gamer.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot going on there.
I didn't watch the whole thing, so I can't really say much. I'm happy for some of the cool stuff that got to be shown off there, but it's a kind of mixed bag, as usual. Sony. That brings us to Sony.
Who did
old Sony pony.
Pretty good okay. Pretty good okay.
They showed basically really 4 games, and they're all very good games, but that was, a couple of small ones, but mainly just the big 4.
It was a very confusing show. I think we'll talk about the individual games, but ultimately I think it's really biting Sony in the ass that they've been having these huge, enormous hype E3s based almost entirely on them announcing stuff way, way, way too early. Like, the Final Fantasy... The one where they announced the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Shenmue 3, and also brought back The Last Guardian was fucking insane. That is, like, unparalleled in terms of announcements, and only one of those games is anywhere near out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is, like... I don't know. Look. It's... it just annoys... It's an annoying feeling. It's like...
Yeah.
This is the second E3 where we finally have Spider-Man, and it's coming out at the end of the year, which is like, that's the first one of those like giant hype ones that's like actually going to hit first.
Actually showing up, yeah.
So long, which is great, but what also you need to do is then you need, and look, I get it. They're going to show more at PSX. Yeah, well, we're talking about E3 right now, bitch. We're talking about who's good at E3. This is the same people that want to like get on Nintendo and be like, oh, they just like to save shit for their directs. It's like, yeah, that's true. We don't talk about them as much. We talk about their E3 thing that they bring. Because it's fucking E3. Because that's what you do during E3. God.
I mean, we have to address the banjo, though.
Okay,
I don't want to.
I like Sony. I don't really play any of their games. But why do they keep doing this music thing every year, and it's like every year lately, and it's like, okay, we understand.
It was cool when it was just an orchestra playing the music for the trailer. It's not cool when it's just, here's a man playing a banjo for 3 minutes before we talk about The Last of Us to set the tone. It's like, that's not weird.
In a replica church that they had to move everybody from for 15 fucking minutes.
That is maybe the most baffling thing I've ever seen at an E3 press conference, where they literally set everyone up in a replica of a set from the game just to be immersive, and then they had to move everyone and have like banter interviews to fill time for 15 minutes while they waited for everyone to get to the actual show.
Yeah, it was a wee bit, I would call it pretentious to just be like, yeah, we're just going to do this.
Yeah, and dude, that's what happens when you're the company that's like objectively like we've done the best so far this gen. We can rest on our fucking laurels. It's like
that's very much
that you get to do. You can do shit like that, and you can fucking make it so where people can't link their Epic Game accounts with their Switch version of Fortnite. You can do shit like that because it's fucking stupid and you're wrong, but you can at least be like, oh, we're the ones in charge right now, so like we can choose what we do.
I see a lot of 2011, 2012 Microsoft in Sony right now. When Microsoft was miles ahead in the console race here, at least in the US.
Yeah.
And Microsoft was just doing stupid shit and being real cocky. I think it's a cycle. And I think
It's
that's
a
just going to
cycle.
be swapping back over, maybe. But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
With the PlayStation 5 or whatever the fuck I'm assuming it's PlayStation 5.
I don't see why they'd call it anything else. They've been so consistent.
Yeah.
It's just, before I guess we talk about the actual games, it's weird. I can definitely feel with Sony, they're not quite there with the PS5. I don't think it's coming out next year even, but you
No, I
can
don't think
feel they are moving into their last phase of big releases for the PS4.
Mhm.
You can feel the
Yeah.
wind kind of start to come out. There's no more wind in their sails, really. It's like, all right, we're
Which
coasting
is
now.
fucked because the Pro came out like last year.
Yeah, I'm not. I know it's been a while, but I'm not excited for this. Having to buy another new console. I'm really not. I just bought an Xbox One last year. I feel like I'm just settling into having all of these current gen systems.
That is why I haven't touched. Like, I'm not gonna pull the trigger on the X because I know that more than likely we're maybe 2 years out from there being new consoles, and I'm not dropping even though they dropped it to $450. Wow, I'm not dropping $450 on a new console when I have a perfectly good Xbox One S that will last me for fucking 15 more years. Like, that'll be playing games, and I mean, this will be probably what I trade in if they keep with their backwards compatibility that Microsoft loves. I'm just gonna be like, okay, well, I don't need this because everything I own on this I can play on the new one, which I hope they continue because that is the best thing they got going right now until some of these new games they're putting out hit.
People seem to think that the PS5 and the Xbox 2 or whatever it's called are going to be like basically built on the same architecture but just beefier, because like why would it's like basically like a gaming PC now, why would they bother changing it other than having like a better processor, better graphics card, and like more teraflops? But yeah,
love those teraflops, my favorite gaming word.
I'm just flopping all over me. Anyway, so we got video games.
God
Is that all we really want to talk about from Sony? I mean, other than like
no, we should talk about the games a little. They had The Last of Us 2, which I'm not
incredibly violent.
That's the thing that
I
I
don't know
got.
if the first one was, but
the first one was pretty violent. Not that violent, but it was also. The thing that really bugs me about this marketing for The Last of Us 2 is that The Last of Us was super duper story driven, and that was like the one thing I kind of liked about it, because otherwise I know it's a beloved game, but it's a cover shooter. I did not have fun playing that game. Even as someone who played all of the Uncharted's, I did not have fun actually playing The Last of Us. And we know nothing.
Fun.
We know nothing about the story here. It's just Ellie stabs a bunch of dudes and a bunch of people die. And also there's a kiss, and like I'm personally happy that Sony opened their show with a gay kiss. Like, that's very different and a bold move in terms of trying to make yourself look progressive, I guess. But then it's just all stabbing, and I don't know anything about the story. Reason to
also,
believe that her girlfriend isn't going to die.
Yeah, it's like everyone's like, look at Sony go, they're putting Ellie being gay in the forefront. It's like, yeah, that's true, good, but also, does no one remember the Last of Us DLC?
Yeah,
Ellie like had you remember what happened to her? Yeah, this isn't gonna fucking end good. This isn't gonna end happy, folks.
No, they're setting it
like,
up. God,
I got very annoyed on Twitter the other day because I had a friend of mine talking about they're a giant fucking like Sony fangirl, and they were talking about Last of Us, and they were talking about another game they showed, Tomb Raider, which looked pretty good, and just talking about it's like, I wish this was like a PS4 exclusive only, and I was just like, why would anyone want something to be a fucking exclusive ever?
I don't get that.
You know what's good for a game? To have fucking like a widespread audience, because then your game can actually grow. I'm just like, I was so fucking tilted by them. They're very annoying.
I want console exclusives to end. I would love for good old Master Chef to appear on a PlayStation 4. Just put him on there. Just do it.
Please, God.
Microsoft, you already have him on PC. He's going to be on PC now. Just put him on the PS4 and just really make Sony look like a giant asshole. And just do it. Do it.
Well,
I'd love it. I would
I
love
don't
it.
know.
No, even better, because they won't put it on the PS4. Put Master Chief in Smash.
Yes.
Remember
Put him in
when they were
Smash.
working on that prototype of a Halo game for the DS, which they could do because Microsoft doesn't have a handheld, so they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it on the Switch.
Oh
Put
god.
new Halo on the Switch.
Yeah. What else? What else did
Just-
they have? They announced the Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't play Resident Evil, but I'm really happy for fans of that series.
It looks real pretty.
It
you
looks
know.
very good. Control. They announced Control. That looks wild.
They announced a fucking. It sounds exactly like a Rick and Morty game, but it's not a Rick and Morty game by Justin Roiland, a VR game. Because Sony still has VR. Don't forget.
every
except they only
time-
had like 3 games for it.
Every time they announce a game and they say it's VR, I'm like, oh, guess I won't play that.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like VR is going the way of motion controls, which is kind of sad. I think there's more potential in it than there is for motion controls. But it seems to be going the way of the Kinect.
It's still
Last-
around.
last couple
It's
of
just,
years.
it's not ready. It's too expensive.
It's too pukey. It's
you need too much.
expensive
yeah,
and pukey.
you need a really high frame rate and like really specific design choices for it to not be pukey. You need all these peripherals. You need like a PlayStation Move controller for most of these games on the PS, but I don't know. Death Stranding, that sure was there. Oh boy.
Death Stranding look like I'm still. They actually showed us like some like, be it like a trailer, but gameplay in a trailer, and I'm still so fucking confused, but I still want it like today.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I just appreciate that Sony is just throwing money at Kojima to do whatever weird thing he wants. Like I want to know what this is like.
I've really wanted the lady from the Bionic Woman in a game for like a long ass time. I used her as a character design like template for a character in Snatcher back in the day. Yeah, I mean, fuck man. All right, we'll call up Lindsay Wagner. Whatever you want, man. We already got you Mads Mikkelsen and Norman Reedus. Whatever.
What else do you need?
There's gonna be like 5 people in this entire game because they had way too. They had to pay way too much to these actors.
I'm calling it right now. Danny DeVito is going to be in it.
Please, Danny. He's gonna be the baby. The baby's gonna grow up to be Danny DeVito.
Jesus Christ.
Oh god, it's a prequel to Junior.
Always Sunny.
No, it's a prequel to Junior, the movie where Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, I believe, have a baby.
Oh fuck,
Oh,
you're right.
fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, but seriously, that was really weird. Like Norman Reedus just walks around and his feet's all bloody, and then a lady vores, and then it's over, and it's just like, what the fuck just happened?
It seems
What
like
is- What
it
is going
seems
on
like
here?
an open world horror thing. I don't know. He had a gun at one point. I really, really, really do not think it's combat heavy at all. I think it's just. It sounds like you can use combat, but it changes. It's like changes things in the story, or it's like very last resort.
Yeah. It's
And
going
then the
to
Shadow
be,
Man
I feel like
kill
it
you.
is going to be like a story-based like horror game.
Yeah. We'll see.
What's our bet on when that'll come out? Because my bet is 2 years
2020.
until that comes out.
November 2020.
I'm seeing.
I agree with
I'd
that.
say.
I think that's accurate.
I'd say maybe 2 years. I'm seeing a lot of people say it might be a PS5 launch title.
I
Which
would
would
not
just
be
be-
surprised.
We'll see.
Hilarious.
It might be like a Last of Us thing where it comes out at the very end of the PS4 launch, like, life cycle, and then very soon afterwards it gets a port to the PS5.
Yeah.
God, maybe.
Oh, so what else? They had 2 Samurai games.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of samurai games coming out like in the next like
Yeah,
year
all
and a
at
half.
once.
That's so funny.
Neat.
It's like we had
They
Neo,
look very good.
which was like a samurai Souls-like, and then FromSoft's like, oh shit, guess what? We're also making our own samurai game.
Surprise!
And then the Neo guys are like, guess what? We're making a sequel. And then Sucker Punch is like, we're also making a samurai game. Okay, Sly Cooper guys.
Everyone just wants to get on that samurai action. It's pretty good.
They're just in it right now.
Yeah, so Ghost of Tsushima looks pretty cool. I'm worried about it because it's a game about Japan made by a bunch of white dudes from Seattle up against two samurai games made by actual Japanese studios, and it's like, I feel like the other two might be a little more authentic, even though the other two literally have magic in them.
Yeah. I just...
Yeah.
Like, Neo is a straight up, like, samurai game, like, with, like, Japanese folklore almost, like, straight up. And then, Shadows Die Twice, everyone looks like they're fucking undead. Like, everyone looks ghoulish and shit. And I'm just
They
like,
do?
yeah, man, like, everyone's skin's all, like, fucked looking and, like, stuff. I'm just like, oh.
I mean, that's their whole aesthetic, I guess.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
like,
think so.
yes, baby. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it looks like it's very parry heavy and shit like that. I'm excited.
I'm down for that.
A lot of good stuff with those games.
Ooh, are we about to talk about today that fucking blew my fucking pants off?
Oh, well, last thing
I
with Sony.
think so. I think.
Almost. They announced a weird FromSoft PSVR game in the post-show at Sony. It has a cat in it. There's like a house. I don't know. They didn't. I was really confused that they didn't actually show off Dreams from Media Molecule, which I'm excited about because it's the Little Big Planet guys making a brand new game about player-created
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't
games
bring
and stuff. They used it for like the little bits between the trailers, but they didn't really show it, which I feel like is a big mistake because I think a lot of people still don't know what the fuck Dreams is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a weird decision to have them there, but also not. Is essentially what they did. They found a
Yeah.
way to have them there, but also not have anything going for it at all.
Yeah, and then they had
Very
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Which was
It-
pretty.
you know.
Spider-Man
looks-
was more Spider-Man. I'm already fucking hyped on it as it was.
Yeah,
so
it's like-
I'm just.
Yeah,
I was already very,
kind of like
very
just waiting
down for it. I was happy to see more villains other than Negative Man, but other than
Okay,
that,
okay,
I feel like
So the trailer where it was, or well, the gameplay trailer where Spidey's going and getting fucked up by all the different villains.
yeah.
Right, who do you guys think is the one at the very end?
Mm,
Like Spidey's on the ground? Because I think it's one of two people. Because I think they're gonna save whoever the other person out of these two for like the first big DLC. So I think it's either Doc Ock or I think it's Green Goblin.
it might very well be.
And if I had to take
Yeah,
a bet
I-
of them doing like DLC for the other one, like the big first like real DLC, I think it would be Doc Ock because I feel like they'd want to save Goblin for
Yeah.
like, you know, multi-level like long branching mission DLC where Goblin's just terrorizing the city by himself.
Yeah, I feel like that would make sense.
I kind of got the vibe that it was someone betraying Spider-Man from the way he said it, but I'm not really sure. I feel like there's not a lot to go off of.
If anything from that, maybe like a Venom-y thing, but
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, Venom-y thing, or maybe for some reason I got this weird vibe of that since it's a Marvel property and they're working with it. I thought maybe see like somebody else, like some other superhero,
Ooh.
i.e. like Iron Man or something
Maybe.
popping up.
Hmm.
But I think that might be a little bit more of like a just kind of out there thing.
Yeah,
But we'll see.
I'm not really sure if they're allowed to use non-Spider-Man directly related characters in this game.
We'll have. I mean, they do have the new like partnership that Sony and Marvel kind of have, but it's just like, does that extend to games at all?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's their leeway on that? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything from old Sony.
Yeah, that was Sony.
Sony
It
did what I
was-
wanted. They showed me shit that I liked, and I wish they showed some more. I wish they did a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think they got a little too big for their britches. I think they had a little too much confidence in their ability to do something weird and different, and it's like, you didn't have to do this. Just show this stuff at a regular conference. We don't-
Goddamn
Yeah,
games, but
We don't need the white dude in the conical hat playing the flute to introduce Ghost of Tsushima for like 2 straight minutes. Like, come on. Just show the game.
their press conference was like total an hour, and 20 minutes of that was music bullshit and having to move between two different theaters.
Yeah.
So that kind of shows that they didn't have a whole lot going this year.
I was also amazed they didn't show Days Gone at all. I feel like they're trying to sweep that one under the rug a little.
Good.
Good.
I'm
zombie
so.
games.
I'm sorry, Pat. Pat, I'll speak for Pat. Pat said he thought it was kind of interesting, and I won't disregard that.
Sentiments,
but I'm not
the sentiment
into
it still stands. He's still really interested, and I'm just like, I don't care about. I don't care about the fact that the zombies move like water. I don't give a shit. I really don't care about zombie games anymore. I'm so tired of them.
The only zombie game I care about is if a Left 4 Dead 3 comes out. That's it. That's the only one I'm excited for at any point.
Unfortunately, with
zombie
game, I'm
game,
excited for.
Yeah, Valve can't count to fucking 3.
Valve can't count to 3, and I think Turtle Rock is dead after Evolve.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's true. But the last meme I think that hopefully will die next year is Valve can't count to 3. I bet we're gonna see Portal 3 next year. I'm calling it now. Calling my shot.
maybe. Definitely
I would
not
be happy
Half-Life.
with
Calling it now.
If I had
Team
to
No,
like,
it will not be
Fortress
Half-Life.
3.
if I had to like a Monkey's Paw situation where it's like, all right, well, we're gonna make a 3 out of one of those series, but if we make a 3 out of that one, then like the other two will never get a 3 ever. It would be really tough for me to pick between Portal and Left 4 Dead, but man, I might go Portal. Because
Yeah, I think Portal is really, really. Left 4 Dead's real fun. Portal is just on another level.
Yeah.
I think.
I want to play through Portal 2 again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real good.
So there's only one more.
That leaves Nintendo.
Boy, oh boy.
Old Nintendo.
So they opened. We all know what the big deal is, but they
Oh
opened
my
with
God.
Damon Ex Machina, which
Yeah.
okay, sure.
The people that did Armored Core and shit, like what?
God.
And No More Heroes.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that shit looks really good.
That's, like,
It's what I like out of
wild.
mech shit, where it's like Armored Core is really good. All its mechanics are really good. Boy, Armored Core games were fucking drab and fucking everything was dusty. This shit looks fresh and clean and fun.
I will say, I
So,
thought for
I'm all
sure
in
that
Neat.
I was fucking certain they were gonna say that was a platinum game before they announced it was Marvelous.
God, yeah.
Because it was like they might as well have been playing Rules of Nature in that trailer.
Rules of Nature.
But yeah, it sounds really cool. New Fire Emblem.
I'm actually, as a Fire Emblem fan who felt kind of burnt by Fates, simply because not Fates, the second of the 3DS ones.
Yeah, Fates was
Just
the
like-
follow up to Awakening.
Just like, look, Awakening is a little anime-y. In some aspects, yeah, it might be a little too much, but it's enough. It's fine. Fates was way too fucking anime-y and gross and nasty.
Fates
And
is super
this-
like waifu simulator.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
God.
looks like it's taken the fucking art style and the really good voice acting that they had in the last couple and just went straight back to nope, we're going back to what Fire Emblem was, Chief. So I for
That's
one
good.
am fucking excited.
It definitely looks good. I like how now it's like it's not just your one guy as a unit. Now they've got like a squad around them of grunts, and you can have them in formations and stuff. That looks neat. Jake, for context, you should know Fire Emblem Fates did have a petting minigame in it. So
Oh, why?
Yeah, but Fates was really bad.
yeah.
God, that's fucking terrible.
They had Overcooked 2. Was that previously announced? Was that a thing we knew existed?
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Okay, yeah, so that was
Because
new.
when I saw that, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
So that was neat. They also
very
announced
excited about
they
that.
announced ports of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is great. Fortnite, which is out now and cool.
Yeah. I've
and
already
Hollow
played it on my
Knight-
Switch 2 matches.
Hollow Knight is
Nice.
also
And
out
Hollow
now.
Knight, which is out now. So if you two have been thinking about playing Hollow Knight, go play Hollow Knight now. It's $15 with all the DLC.
Yeah, that's
That's a
That's
really
great.
That game was $20 before the DLC.
yeah. I
In
have
fact,
it
I'm
on,
debating
PC.
I'm debating on getting it on Switch just to play through it again because I don't have the DLC.
I hate the Switch so much because there's so many games where it's like they announce the Switch port. It's like, ooh, I think I'd rather play that on a handheld. I'll just buy it again. I'll just buy Owlboy and Iconoclast again.
Again.
In terms of
again.
quick releases, they also announced the new Splatoon 2 expansion, which was like a big deal. A big expansion is out tomorrow.
Nice.
Which is
that
surprising.
didn't have a release date, right?
Everyone thought it was July.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
now it's
I'm
like
gonna
they
finish
just-
the story tomorrow and then maybe get it.
Yeah, so that's cool. They announced a new Mario Party game, which
Super
okay,
Mario Party.
but so many of the Mario Party games have been bad. I can't get excited about one of those before reviews comes out.
I'm going to
Yeah.
get slightly excited just because it looks like it's trying to go back to what like older Mario Party.
It does
Like,
look
actually,
more.
That's what it
Board-
looked like.
it
when I
looks more
saw
straightforward.
yeah.
I
But
thought the thing where they
You're
had
right,
two
yeah.
handhelds like next to each other and they drew the line between them to form one like play space across both of them was neat, but I'm not sure how much of that type of stuff they'll really do. That seems more like a side mini game than the actual main party.
Yeah. It would, I guess at some point you gotta be like, how much of that do we want to do? Because how many games can we come up with that'll utilize that in a fun way and not
Yeah.
just a gimmick way?
Yeah, I didn't take super a lot of notes on what Nintendo announced. I think that was most of it. They announced like several. They had like a nice reel of games they already said are coming out, like the Captain Toad port and whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, yeah, it looks like you have a pretty good lineup this year. There
The ones
wasn't a
that-
whole
the-
lot of news
the big
otherwise.
the big ones that weren't, oh yeah, the other thing that no one really wants to fucking talk about. Aside from like that thing, yeah, I mean, we only really got like more info on like the Fire Emblem and Mario Party and like a lot of little things sprinkled in on top of just seeing shit that we already knew, which is good because hey, that's kind of what you should do if you're doing just like a direct style E3 thing, just like,
Yeah.
hey guys,
Yeah.
this thing's short. Here's some new stuff. We're gonna talk a fuck ton about Smash. Whoops, I said the name. And here's some other things. Oh yeah, Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everyone is here.
Everyone.
Except
I couldn't
Waluigi.
believe it, except Waluigi.
I know.
I
Poor
couldn't,
bastard.
I
My
couldn't
friend
believe.
Brooks, who does he does two podcasts. He does one that's like a Game of Thrones podcast, and one that's him and his friend. Basically, his friend's a JoJo fan, and Brooks has never watched JoJo,
Oh.
so they watch one episode a week and go through it. Just tweeted something about Waluigi, and then it got picked up by the Washington Post, and they used it in an article. He's like, "Oh fuck!"
God.
He's like,
Oh, God.
"Go away." But
Stop that.
I can't believe
Yeah.
Pichu is back.
Finally.
Pichu and Snake and everybody. It's so
ice climbers are back.
everyone, okay.
god.
Everyone was waiting for Ice Climbers because they were in Smash 4 and got cut because the 3DS version couldn't handle having 4 people pick a character that is 2 people. But I was so worried they were going to cut characters that cared about in Smash 4 because there were like, I think the final roster was 58 characters in that game. I thought for sure like half the DLC characters were going to get cut. Third-party characters, who knows if Mega Man's still going to be there. Lucas from Mother 3, no way. And hell, he's going to be in there again. I touched my
know.
Mario. But then no. There's a cardboard
God.
Mario display thing in my room next to where I'm recording, and I touched it. I had to explain for the noise that just got picked up on my mic.
I touched my Mario.
But they're making.
You're gonna go on. I'm about to gush about someone.
But it's like, wow, they're making a Smash Brothers game that has every character, like a ton of stages from the old games, all this content, and they're also. It's not just like a Wii U port like people kind of thought it might be. It seems like built on that, but they're changing so much. Like so many characters got redesigned, all these balance changes, all this stuff to just make it better, and I'm so happy.
The stages are so big now, big enough to fit someone like Ridley. Whoa, Ridley's there, everyone. Whoa,
Fucking
shit!
crazy.
Ridley is finally here. I couldn't believe it. The absolute madman.
I saw some tweet where it was like, Sakurai, give us Ridley. Yeah, Ridley's too big. Come on. All right, fine. But they have a drag attack that sends you flying like crazy far, even when you have 0 damage. And also their tail spike does like 50% of your health like instantly. And there was just the Sakurai never ask me for anything again picture. Like, don't you fucking
God.
don't let me rest. Let everyone we need to let Sakurai rest for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let this be the Smash game for Switch, and then we'll talk about it when like Nintendo VR comes out in 2026.
Yeah. Let him make a different game now.
Please. Let Sakurai rest.
That's the thing. Is I won't lie. I'm slightly disappointed that there's barely going to be any new characters in this one. It sounds like they announced Inklings and Ridley, which are both amazing picks, but it doesn't sound like there's going to be that many more. But also like a Smash Brothers that is like trying to be the best one ever and has literally every single character ever from the rest of the series is great.
We can play this one for a long time.
And we know Sakurai literally like had stress injuries from working so hard on Smash 4. This is one game where I know, okay, I'll let you take it a little easier this time.
Man. It seems like this is their big, like, hey, here's this giant ass Smash game. It's gonna just be like this for like 6 years, 7 years. Just let it rest.
Yep.
We'll be back eventually, but not for a while.
I'm sure they'll probably. I feel like, look, I want it to be like a complete thing, but I also like it's 2018. Like I feel like there are going to be some DLC characters, but I'm fine if there's like not much. Like if this is it, and then maybe they add over the span of this thing's life, like a small handful extra, like over time. That's great. But
I mean, they already have like 64 characters.
Exactly.
Like
if you pick up this goddamn game and you're like, I don't know who I really want to play. Like you just got some problems that I can't help you.
I need some more options.
But where's Goku? Where's Gino from Super Mario RPG?
He's in the other game. Oh, get out of here. Gino, I don't even know who that is.
He's a puppet man.
No.
He's a party member from Super Mario RPG. Everyone's always wanted him to be in Smash because he's neat. And it's like, I mean, they're not going to put in a fucking Paper Mario party member. Like, they're not going to do that. I'm sorry.
I mean, somebody can dream. Let them dream.
In my heart, I want them to add Cass from Breath of the Wild, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to add fucking, like, Jill from Drill Dozer.
Oh, but that would be fun. That would be fun.
That would be good, but they're not going to do that.
What if they just added Cappy, and you could just like take over other players?
Oh god! I mean, he's on Mario's model now.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you can also be Dayman Mario. They had they have more characters with alternate costumes now because everyone wants that. Daisy's her own character now. Technically, she's still like a Peach clone, but like they made her not just a palette swap.
Yeah. That was basically the way of just being like, fuck, we got so many outfits for fucking Princess Peach. You know what? Just all like every other one was Daisy. Just make her another one. Whatever. We'll make her attacks do a little bit more or whatever. Who cares?
And the changes to Final Smashes I'm so happy about because it's no longer like here's like 10 characters in the game where their ultimate ability that they get is they turn into a stronger version of themselves and they kind of run around and everyone just avoids them for 10 seconds. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's just everyone just gets one big attack now. That's it.
Yeah, and I like it. Ooh, the Inklings one looks really good. I didn't see... Did anyone show off Ridley's?
I think it's something with... I feel like I saw something where, like, Samus's gunship shows up and he just fucking blows it up. Something like that.
Okay.
God.
I'm not sure.
Unreal.
But yeah, I'm real happy about Smash Brothers. I mean, they had
them Smash.
They had Mega Man's Final Smash, which was already the most fan servicey thing of all time, and they just added Proto Man and Bass to like the roster of characters shooting in the Final Smash.
Who cares? Who cares?
They took fucking Ness and Lucas's Final Smash, and they added more party members from Earthbound and Mother 3 helping. Just to give me, personally, that fan service that I deserve.
I love how someone showed a screenshot of Lucasfilm from Mother 3 and like, yes, characters from that ROM you all have fucking downloaded. because they're not wrong.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's going to be great though. We could easily sit here for an hour and I could just discuss all these little things like, oh wow, they changed the animations on Ness's attacks and it looks more like Earthbound and like all this stuff that they changed. It's like, yeah, it's just good. I'm excited about it.
I'm gonna play the shit out of it. I'm
pleased. I do wish Nintendo talked about some other stuff more.
I wish they at least teased a little something about the Pokemon game after Pikachu and Eevee, but I understand why.
I do.
They want you to not forget about this, because if they fucking had teased anything about that one, I would have just been like, I'm probably gonna get Eevee or Pikachu. I'm probably gonna get one of them because I think it'll be a fun little just like downtime game.
Yeah.
If they had teased anything about the new ones, I would have just been like, I do not need these fucking things.
I do
not need this.
They want people to get those, and I think we understand at this point their cycle is they announce Pokemon that a direct or something in January, the year it comes out, then they hype it all year, and then it comes out like October, November. Like that's just what they do. And Animal Crossing is not ready yet. Clearly, everyone wants Animal Crossing so bad, but it's just not there.
Can't even show it anything of it. Not even a trailer. Nothing.
Well,
just
I guess they just don't want to become a company that teases things as soon as they start to think of doing it. Nintendo is usually pretty good about not hyping things too long. I mean, Jesus, they just announced the Smash Bros. Game that's coming out this year. Like, what the hell? They've never done that before.
Yeah.
What was the date again? It's December 7th or something?
Yeah, December 7th, I believe.
Oh, hell yeah. Fucking hell yeah.
That's why, like, all the fucking games, like, are clustered in October because they're leaving the fucking Fallout to have fucking November and Smash to have December.
Yep.
That's basically what they're doing.
And then, like, February is fucking Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god, I don't think we actually didn't say it, like, a concrete anything.
No.
They have there's an actual date for it. Like,
no, it's January.
January 29th.
I was talking
to
Jimmy when we were cooking dinner. I was just like, man, something that really hit me with this E3 is like, we got like between like 2 months ago to this E3, we've gotten like 5 different Kingdom Hearts trailers, like showing off things. I'm like, it finally hit me. Yeah, this game is like near almost ready. This game is almost. It's actually almost here. Like it's real. It's a real game. It might get pushed back again if like something happens, but like the game is. It's. If I broke into Square Enix, I could find a build and like play probably through the game. You know what I mean? Like it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. Oh my god! It's actually fucking coming out.
Even if they did delay it again, I wouldn't expect it to come out later than next summer. Like it's close.
Yeah, no.
They're sure about that.
Like. Yeah. It's a full, complete, like, it's a put-together game now. It's not just like, we put together 2 levels. Here you go. Take a look. I'm just, that's good. Like, that and Crackdown are in February, basically. Oh, God.
On the subject of Smash, though, real quick, I thought it was funny. I've seen some people say they don't understand why Nintendo devoted 25 minutes of their show to like, a fighting game. It's like, listen. It's a big deal. Do
you know Smash?
Smash is a huge fucking deal.
It's the game with everything in it. Do you like any of those like 64 characters that are in this game? You will buy it.
Nintendo has 3 system sellers. It's 3 system sellers. It's Zelda games, because Zelda games are stuff that people haven't lost, like they haven't lost the flame for. Like, you can definitely talk to people about, like, hey, there's a new mainline just straight up Mario game, and they'll be like, well, I don't know. You know what? I think that's a wrong mindset, but, like, I understand where they're coming from. Whatever. The second thing is Mario offshoot games, such as Kart and or Party, because even if those people aren't, like, in love with the idea of playing a platform Mario game again, boy, oh boy, they want to play some goddamn Mario Kart with their friends. And the third thing is fucking Smash. Those are, like, their 3 system sellers for their systems. Yeah, they're going to devote some fucking time to Smash.
It's a big boy.
They know.
It's a real big boy.
You can just have Sakurai sit down and detail all these little things that have been tweaked, and that's like a big deal, and that's exactly what I wanted. Shit up. So yeah, I guess wrapping it up overall, this has been an interesting E3.
So we all agree that like probably Microsoft was our favorite presser, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, I think they definitely had the strongest, least like stupid bullshit, strongest consistently good presser the whole way.
When it
through.
comes to
So it's also the longest.
when it comes to
by
shit
a
that
lot.
I like, they had the most like talking about that shit. Like they talked about Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
they talked about new FromSoft game. Like then they talked about like other like third-party games. Like Nintendo had Smash, obviously. Like Nintendo's like I think Nintendo might have had the biggest like bang for my buck from their stuff because like the three big games that they like unveiled basically. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, yes, please and thank you. And then Sony was definitely Sony for me, just like, you know, talking about shit that they've been talking about, but Death Stranding and Spider-Man are still things I fucking want, so.
Yeah, so it's...
Spider-Man's coming.
Nintendo definitely had the game I'm most excited about at E3 this year, but I think overall Microsoft just had such a good showing of such a great variety of games, and they didn't do anything super embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, good job. They didn't have a
EA
banjo.
was the worst.
They didn't...
No banjo.
EA... Oh god,
They were not EA.
EA is a verb now. It's a fucking verb for just being the one that does the shit at the conference.
I hate that they kick off the entirety of E3.
I know.
You get all excited for it, and then the first one is EA.
It should.
It's like,
what
great,
it should be is the first, middle one, and last should be a rotation of the three big three. Like every year, like everyone moves like a slot basically. So like next year would be like Nintendo would open it up, and then like we would get Microsoft, and then Sony would end it, like shit like that. And then the other ones can fucking go wherever the fuck. I don't give a shit. They can go wherever.
I still miss when we had, it was just all day. You started, like, in the morning was, like, Sony, and then it was Microsoft, and then it was Nintendo.
Yeah.
And in between you had, like, Ubisoft and EA, and those were the
just
five.
rapid fire.
And that was, like, all one day.
Let's go back to that
Yeah,
and
I love
swap
that.
out EA for Bethesda.
Yeah.
Hell, we could probably swap
we
Ubi
don't
for
need a PC
someone.
gaming show. Get that
We could
out
probably
here.
swap Ubis for someone. I just don't know who. And I'd love to say Square Enix, but they haven't exactly put out a good showing this year to try and... Ooh, fucking Monster Hunter's getting an update with the behemoths from Final Fantasy 15, which is weird. Fucking weird.
God.
He showed up on the map in a giant
Weird.
meteor, and I'm just like, what the whatever. It'll be fun to fight.
Aren't they also adding like some Monster Hunter
imagine-
monsters to FF14?
I
Or something.
don't know about that. Oh
I think
my
I heard
God.
something about that.
That's fucking awesome. Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Surprise!
We skimmed over with EA. We don't need to talk about this at length, but we skimmed over how last year they did all that shit with the fucking loot boxes and how they were literally getting in legal trouble around the world and causing legislation to be made to stop them from doing that. And this year they're like,
And then they just show
and
up
guess
like,
what,
hey,
guys?
guys.
No loot boxes. Woo! Yeah, we're the good guys now.
And
We did
we're all
it.
supposed to be like, wow, you did such a good job, bud. Here's a gold star. It's like, no, fuck you. Go away.
You only did it because the government made
like-
you.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
The government was like, we
That
will
is the
we will
only
take you
reason.
down.
You stop making children gamble. Stop it. Oh, man.
So, yeah.
But a very positive E3.
Yeah, overall a good E3.
I'm
Yeah.
already looking forward to next year a little bit. I always love E3s. It's always sad when they're over, even though the actual show just started, but it doesn't count because the press.
There's no more news. Nintendo's gonna have like one small announcement tomorrow in their stream, maybe, and like that's
We'll
it.
probably get like release dates for a couple things from different devs over the next
Yeah.
like day and a
Yeah.
half. But we basically got everything. Now it's just time for us to have interviews with devs and for games and shit, so we can be like, oh, so that's what your shit is. Okay, man, I'm in.
Oh,
This isn't
I'm in or I'm out.
this isn't a press conference thing, but I also saw Capcom has a whole booth for Mega Man this year because Mega Man 11 and the X Legacy collections are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a life-size statue of like Mega Man and Rush Jet and Blockman from Mega Man 11 in the booth, and it's like, oh my god, yes, thank you. This is the first time they did a Mega Man booth in 15 years.
Do we have a
Fucking god.
Do we have a what's the word I'm looking for? A release date for 11 yet? Oh wait, it's like October, yeah.
October 2nd? It's early in October.
And do we have a
Something like
release
that.
date for the X stuff yet?
July something. It's next month.
Okay. Oh fuck. Now, what's the deal with that? Is that's 2 collections, right? It's basically like
Yeah.
all the 2D ones, and then like the
Well-
other one is like 7, 8, 9.
Well, no, there's only 8, so they just did 1 through 4, and then 5 through 8. So the PS1 trilogy got split between the collections technically.
That's just fucked up.
But the weird thing about it is that
They could have mitigated that by putting 5 and 6 onto one of them, and then just putting X Command Mission.
yeah,
Because I would have
It's
played the
just-
fuck out of Command Mission.
it's just odd because 1 through 4 are the ones that people really are going to care about most, and way less people are going to get the second collection, even though I'll probably get both.
I know. 6, I love 6 so much. 6 is such a special place in my heart.
It's fun. Anyway, I guess we should probably wrap this up because you and Jake both have to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, Jake, you gotta get up in
5
hours, right?
Yes, sir.
I should probably.
Yep. 4.5
We're probably
hours.
gonna wake up at the same exact time because I know myself. Oh, buddy, I need to, full transparency, because I think this is the first time I've talked about it since we've been recording stuff again. Yeah, working at Lowe's. I think maybe I might have talked about it in PUBG stuff a little bit, but yeah, man, I'm going to talk to my manager, and I'm just gonna go under the guise of like school starting. I need to start doing 10-hour shifts. Oh yeah, mostly because school's starting, but also because I'm so fucking sick and tired. You guys schedule me 7 days in a row, so eat mine ass.
Eat that.
I will
ass. That's
smooth.
not good.
I will smooth work 10-hour days if it means that 3 days out of 7 days I have off.
Yeah, that's a lot nicer.
Fingers crossed.
One thing before we just exit the video, but it has nothing to do with E3. But I didn't get to tell Derek this, and I want his reaction on audio. I saw the Fortnite is having a Pro-Am tournament,
Yes.
and Joel McHale and Markiplier are on the same team. So there was
Oh, I hate that.
that was a thing that existed.
I saw that.
and I didn't need you to know
I
that.
saw that. Fucking like Paul George from the Oklahoma City Thunder was in it, and this one Lakers player was straight up there being like, "Yo, man, I love you. Hey, do you like LA? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge." And everyone's like, "If Paul George, if the final like straw of Paul George leaving Oklahoma to go to LA was, yeah, man, Josh Hart really, he put on a show when we were at the Fortnite Pro-Am, I will fucking quit basketball for a season." I'll just be like, no, I'm tired of following this insane league where dumb bullshit happens always, and it's so good. Oh,
Fortnite is now a staple in American
the game's so
culture.
fucking
American-
huge, and I'm gonna
American
go play a match
sports.
before I fall asleep. It's like, it's fun. It's dumb fun, and I feel like when I die in Fortnite, I don't feel as
And it's
bad
free.
as when I die in PUBG. Yeah, and it's fucking free.
Yep.
When I die in Fortnite, I don't feel as bad as when I die in PUBG because I feel like I'm actually good at PUBG.
Fortnite, I know I'm
Exactly.
bad because I'm very bad at Fortnite.
But speaking about being bad at things,
Man, but
that's a joke for like a segue.
it's bedtime.
Yeah, it's fucking bedtime.
It's time to go to sleep.
It's sleepy time, bro. Bro, it's Betty
I'm
bye.
ready to go to sleepies. Bro, Betty bye time. I'm gonna go feed this cat and
I'm
go to
gonna
bed.
feed my cat. That's my
E3.
stomach.
gonna-
It's gonna eat some. I don't know. Ooh, I have Stacy's cinnamon chips in my
And some
room.
sour cream.
I'm gonna stay up
Ooh,
until
yummy.
7 a.m. because that's my life. My schedule is, I always go to bed late anyway because I work at night, just on art naturally and like the game and stuff. So, but Anthony now has a regular 8 to 5 job.
Oof.
So I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get waken up by his alarms in the morning. So I just work until like 7 a.m. and wake him up,
Until the
and then
alarm
I
You
go
are
to
the
sleep. No, yeah, I just get him up,
God.
That's
and then I go to
brilliant.
sleep. We trade
So
off.
You and Andrew are basically on the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Andrew are basically on the same schedule now, as far as
Yeah,
sleep.
basically.
You two are
It's okay,
basically at
though.
work at the same time, except he's at the plant and you're at fucking the house.
I mean, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to stay up until 4 or
House.
5 a.m. anyway. Might as well.
Good.
Just go the extra
Why
distance.
not? And hey, I unlocked those
Alright.
secret extra hours of the day because I'm only sleeping like 8 hours instead of like 10. So,
You hacked the world.
Hack.
anyway, E3,
Alright.
pretty good. I like
Bye,
Smack Brothers.
E3 is good.
Bye, everyone.
E3, eat ass.
Hey, when's
man.
E4?
NASA discovered Despacito 2, the theme song of E4. Alright, good night, folks. I'm not good at jokes anymore. These kids, their memes are so advanced. I'm still not over this shit. It's been like a month.
Okay, we have to mercy kill this podcast.
Kill it!